been a minute.
It's hot.
Turn that just a little bit towards me so that the picture's in the middle. No, the other way. I'm sorry. There we go. So this picture's on the middle.
It's perfect.
Really?
What's up, baby?
What's good, baby?
What's good?
What's happening?
Where you been?
To where you been is the question.
Well, I was here. I think we was here.
Y'all weren't here.
What's up, YouTube, Mr. Pleasant?
Mrs. Pleasant, hold it down next time.
Let me just say we miss you guys. This is a perfect example of how life happens, and you just gotta get stuff back on track. It happens, you know. We ain't gonna blame nothing but our fault. But we are back. We're back on YouTube. It takes two, baby. We ain't gonna start this. It took 6 months more. We ain't gonna start it like that. Okay, baby.
It's a new year.
All right. Anyway, way.
Knowing your worth.
Yeah, knowing your worth. It's one of those things.
It's one of those things that a lot of us are missing. Don't know how to place it, where to put it, how to use it. What does that mean? You know, and I think a lot of us need to ask ourselves those questions. What am I worth to myself?
Yeah.
First, before I'm worth anything to my friends, my family, what is my life worth to me? And I think that's super important. So that's where we're going to come at it with today.
We're going to go through a few topics here. Starting off with knowing your worth before the relationship and then also during the relationship. So my baby got some examples. She got some life stories, and I'm gonna insert myself when I can because I love hearing how she talks and stuff.
We buttering it up, y'all. Buttering it up. Well, let's see. Okay, so I asked myself, knowing your worth, where does that come from? Does it come from your family? Does it come from Bible? Does it come from your friends? Like, where does your worth come from? Mm-hmm. Knowing who you are, whose you are.
Yeah.
Who are you, Black Panther? The blood. Okay, anyway, you gotta watch it. But that's important to knowing how you should proceed in life, how you should act, how you should respond to life situations. I mean, knowing your worth is the basis of knowing how to live through this life. For me, my worth came from my family. I was bullied all throughout elementary school, middle school, high school. I got little balls because I got to know more people and explored, who I am, you know. But my family always told me I was beautiful, even though I was a plus size, still a plus size girl. Yeah. But they always told me I was beautiful. They always told me that I was somebody, that I'm going to be somebody. Having that as a foundation helped me understand my position as a woman in today's world, a Black woman at that too. It made me look at life a little bit different and fight against what everybody else thought or put me as coming from SWAT, and those things are always hovering over me. Yeah. They will be because it made me who I am today. Yeah. So, for me, it was my family first. But then as I got older, I got saved, that's when I really realized whose I was and how my life was significant and how I had to take certain steps and make certain decisions for my life that probably wasn't the most fun at times, or wasn't the most pleasing choices, but I had to do it because I knew who I was and whose I belonged to. So that made a big difference in a lot of decisions I made. What about you, babe? Where did your worth come from?
My worth, before I met you, it was hard for me. We almost have a similar story. I was bullied a lot as growing up, and if you believe it, I was kind of little scrawny little thing.
It's right.
You know, so I didn't think too much of me, and I try to use a brick wall. I try to bully. I try to be a jerk. I was trying to hide. That was it. Being insecure and not allowing people in so that they wouldn't see I was insecure, and it definitely damaged and caused a lot of bad relationships. But even being vulnerable on this, I still didn't know how I was when I met Sierra. We was in college. I was just doing what I thought I was supposed to do. Get my degree and find a good job, and then actually I'm telling myself a little bit. Sierra and I separated for that main reason. That was one of the reasons
God.
We separated, because I didn't feel like I had too much of a purpose. I didn't even really want a purpose. I was just happy to do my thing and see where life lead me. But Sierra made me realize that if we're gonna be in this relationship, you gotta figure out who you are. So let's take a break so you can figure out who you are. And I try to go back to the old William. It wasn't worth it, anything like that. Now, saying all this, at the end of the day, I was saved. I love the Lord, but it was just kind of shallow. I was just living the life of what, like I said, everyone told me I was supposed to be. Go to church, save, and then I was a heathen on the side, doing nothing crazy. Just like I said, more of a jerk and more of a bully to people. So, but then when I really realized what the Lord had done for me and where my life could have been, looking at family members, looking at friends, I realized, look, I need to get my life together, Lord. What can I do to right my wrongs? What can I do to kind of get back into your good graces? And that's where it came from. I realized that, hey, you know what? I need to be a man in this situation. It's time to put away childish things and grow up and be a man. Take charge. If I want this woman to be in my life, I need to step up and be the man God told me I needed to be, and find a purpose. No more of letting life just go by. What exactly am I here for? And then God said, and I still fought it, but God said, education. Being in education.
He fought it, and I was like, why don't you just say it? He was like, no, I don't think it's meant to be. I'm like, I think it is. We all have bumps, but he went to banking.
Yeah. And I had my fun. Like I said, I really just went there to have my fun.
But he had to be the person he is today. Yeah. And we're still growing.
And I learned from it. I'm never going to say that it was a waste of time.
It was
I learned from it. I learned how to build my people skills, blah, blah, blah. But so it went into education, and it all worked out well from there. But at the end of the day, I realized, like I said, I just needed to be a man. I needed to step up and do what I had to do.